Hello, hello. Okay. My mic wasn't working for a second. I was like, no, what's happening? But, anyways, third day on this fast, and oh my god, I can see the light. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, that is the end of my fast, and I'll be able to eat again. I'm gonna go slow, like uh, I'm gonna go slow. First meal always gonna be some kind of fruit, something very not carbohydrate dense, like some kind of protein or well, not carbohydrate, but something that's easy to go down. So like fruit, cottage cheese, stuff like that. So no cookies, no bread, nothing that'll sit in a stomach. And then I've got like a little lunch for 10 o'clock that I'll eat just to help process it. And hopefully by like 12 o'clock, I'll be good to eat an actual meal. Don't know, but we're going to find out tomorrow. And then see how my digestive system works after it. Who knows? But today, I think it's going to be a short one because I just wanted to review what I read today in my article. And it's how beliefs in ourselves affect our health and our physical health, not even our mental health, but our physical health. The first one I want to talk about is meditation. It's so interesting how meditation it does calm on the mind, but it also calms I think your parasympathetic nervous system, and it also extends your overall life as well, unless life gets in the way and kills you beforehand. But in regards to old age and aging, it actually uh, extends your aging as well. And I think it's like something on your genes, the end of your genes, it lengthens it out. So, and that's that controls kind of like your internal clock for aging. So that's super interesting. But the next thing is optimistic thinking as well. And from what I've read today in my article, which is by Maria Popovia. I think I've talked about her before, but she he does an article about how beliefs actually affect your general overall health and well-being. And one thing he was talking about was optimism as well, how being optimism and also the self-image you have for yourself also affect your health. So, oh, let me see. I think for the self enhancing talk. So saying things like I'm the best, being confident, and telling yourself off your are smart, funny, all that good stuff. Like continuously doing that actually prevents a lot of enhances your I think your immune system, but also prevents lot of long term the diseases as well that would come about. Oh, I just remember meditation also helps with your cardiovascular system as well because it's calming your heart, right? So a lot of cardiovascular diseases are less likely if you do meditation regularly. Um, yeah, and then the last one they talked about was purpose. Now, for this one, there wasn't as much scientific evidence to back it up. They were just one of the studies they looked at was religious people versus non-religious people and their expectancy, seeing that religious people will live longer than non-religious people. Though the variables on that is questionable, right? Is that because of they talk about what Maria talks about? Is that because of social aspect? Is it because of their purpose? Is it because of um, a some kind of lifestyle? They also talked about how religious people are less likely to be risky, do risky activities too. So all those factors. But I think it's really interesting, and I do believe it's true as well, that having a purpose, or having a purpose for your life, I've because remember, I'm arguing that the purpose of life is to live, is to play, and in that living and playing, you create your own uh, purpose in life, or you observe life and see what purpose it gives to you. So, in that, I find it very interesting that purpose plays such a big role because of two things, right? So, Nietzsche, his famous quote of anyone can bear a how if they have a why. I think that's not an exact quote, but that's pretty much what it's saying. So saying that if you have a reason to live, you can bear um, any tragedy, any suffering, any experience. And I tend to believe that as true, just because um, just with personally in my life, whenever I went through my depression, I didn't have a purpose. My purpose was writing, and then that was torn away from me from life telling me, hey, you're not going to be a writer anymore. Hey, my body and my whole soul was rejected the idea and found a new purpose within loving life. But also, we talked about this one before, the example of Man's Search for Meaning, when the prisoner talked about how they were going to be saved on March 30th. March 29th, March 29th came. They weren't saved. He started to get bedridden. He didn't have a lot of energy. March 30th came, unconscious. March 30th, March 31st, he was dead from tuberculosis. And I'm thinking about it more in relation to the article we talk about. And maybe he did die by I oh, never mind. And he probably did die by tuberculosis, but what caused that tuberculosis was that loss of purpose and a loss of hope, as we talked about in this article, right? That your beliefs and the purpose in your life actually has a um, hand in how your physical health is. And that is directly related to this prisoner in Auschwitz whose physical health went to death, right? So you can see how that connects to that article, and then it connects to the Nietzsche article of, hey, look, like, if you don't have a reason to live anymore, then there is no reason to live, right? Your body doesn't have a reason to live anymore. So you just go off into the abyss of death. So I find that whole topic, and this topic in general of how our thoughts and beliefs actually have a direct impact on our physical body, on our physical health. So interesting, because we always, as with science and reason, we always is thinking in the physical aspect of the observable. What can we see? We can feel. We can feel our body. We know what's going on in our body. We know that having a good diet, exercising, all these factors that we do physically actually have a impact on our body. But it's interesting how literally if you continuously think optimistically, or you do nothing as in meditation, that has a calming effect as well. So not only the activity part, but also the non-activity part of sitting and doing nothing, calming your nervous system, right? The continuous thinking, what thoughts that you go through your head. Of course, as what you realize in meditation is not all your thoughts are your own, right? If you observe in meditation, you'll notice that thoughts go through your mind without your control. Not controlling those thoughts, but to let those thoughts go and replace them with your own conscious positive thinking. Right. So it's not, I don't think it's necessarily replacing those thoughts. It's your unconscious is going to send you thoughts. And what you need to do is let them go. Don't latch on to them, but you consciously think of what thoughts you want to have as well. We can see this with gratitude, right? So I might not be gratitude. Might not, I might not be gratitude. I might not be grateful in this instance. My unconscious might, I say, oh wow, that little prick, it just ran in front of me. But what I do is I'll let it pass. And then whenever I I let it pass, and then I say something that I'm grateful for, or say something that is non-triggering. So something like, "Oh, it's fine. It's okay," or "Wow, I'm grateful that this guy I went in front of me because now I have another reminder of my need to be observant at all times while I'm driving and notice when people on the road are being uh, reckless or anxious, right? And then be prepared for that as well. That's a reminder for me. So see how I I didn't take the thought or anything. I just let it pass as prick of a driver. Let it pass. And then I acted on my own conscious thought. I didn't latch on to this. I didn't latch on to a different thought. I supplemented it with a conscious thought. I think this is a little bit of what they talk about in counseling is replacing your negative thoughts. Well, I don't think it's good to think of it as replacing your thoughts, but uh, letting your negative thoughts pass by you and then consciously saying a positive or not thinking, but more saying a positive. Just consciously thinking, hey, this is fine, or I'm grateful, whatever. So that's another way, hey, how you, how you can control all your mind with your own on thoughts, and that also apparently translate it's throughout your whole body, right? Right. So being more grateful is a component of being optimistic as well. So that has a physical health aspect to it as well. So it's like, that's amazing. It's so amazing that people themselves uh, can be contributors to their own well-being and uh, physical health, and it doesn't need to be what's it called? You don't need to be born with more dopamine in your system or more higher levels of positive neurotransmitters or anything like that. You might, but it's beautiful that even with those, you're able to change yourself, to change your mental state, to change your physical state through your mental actions as well. So, thought that was super interesting. I know I went on a little tangent too, but this stuff is just, I don't know, it's so cool to me. It's so cool to think about it. And honestly, I hope that you guys are implementing a lot of these lessons of just how great and beneficial your thoughts and not controlling your thoughts, but regulating your thoughts has on your mental health and physical health. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I give snaps, give snaps, give snaps. But anyways, that's it for me. Tomorrow I'll actually have food. I'm making my cheat day tomorrow, so the video might be a little rough tomorrow. But I don't care. I'm gonna eat something. I'm hungry. So yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.